We've been talking about quick action steps to help you get into momentum, move forward within your finances without the overwhelm. We talked about, managing your expenses and defense. Last week we talked about the offense and the money within your business and 4 common problems that we see and how to shift through those, move forward. Today, though, we're going to talk about the battlefield, which is money mindset, and this is going to be geared around tools to help you when those emotions come up, when those difficult things happen, so that you can truly be unstoppable. So let's get to it. Welcome back to the Your Money, Your Life podcast. I'm pretty excited for today's episode. We've been talking, action steps to help you move forward within your finances and really giving you a clear picture of what this should look like. We talked about managing your money. We talked about the offensive side, which, making money. That was last week. And today we're going to talk battlefield. And the primary part of the battlefield is money mindset. Now, just to the other portion of of the battlefield is the economics, rules of the game. And we're going to get into that more next month. We're going to start a series unpacking inflation and what you need to do and your responsibility and why things are happening, and just very foundational to help you move forward and remove that fear. But what we're going to talk about today within the battlefield, the money mindset, is when those fears show up. Okay? It's not just fear even that shows up that causes those, I call them breakdowns, to happen within your money. A lot of times, even hearing about other people's money wins can be quite triggering for a variety of reasons. You can instantly tell yourself, it's not possible for me. You might even begin to judge the person. A lot of times we'll feel shame or embarrassment because we're not further ahead, or you can go the other way and that's an exaggeration, it's made up, all of those things. And honestly, that's why I don't share a lot of client wins. Also, we're talking money and it's a little more personal. I want those clients to feel like they have the safe space, all of those things. But these reactions can block your money wins if you're not aware of it. And I don't want that to happen. We all have the same concern, right? I briefly talked about inflation, inflation showing up, interest rates, the media and news is nonstop fear, and fear can kind of be contagious. I even saw a graphic this morning that was talking about weather. It was an image of weather. So they had the top image and it was all green and pretty and it had the weather numbers. The only thing they changed on the second image was they made everything red. So then it looked worse. But when we're in fear like that, those fear responses, those emotions that are triggered, we avoid the action and we freeze. We stop. We don't do the things that we need to. And again, it's not about removing all of the fear, but we need tools to handle it. And that's what I want to talk about today. And like I said, we called them breakdowns. And my notes for this episode came directly from Money Mindset Makeover Blueprint, which is the standalone course. So I'll make sure the link is in the show notes for that, because this is just one portion. There's so much that we can do, should do, need do, all of those things to help us move forward. And this is all about empowering you, again, to be unstoppable, to keep going when those things show up, when fear shows up. How can you manage it? How can you navigate it when you are put into that emotion? All right, so breakdowns. Kind of said this, but this is in my notes, so we're going to cover it. It's not going to be smooth sailing. You're going to have rough days. You're going to have bumps in the road. And when it feels like the stuff has hit the fan, it might feel like all of the hard work that you've done, all of the things that you've done, especially when it comes to your money, and you've made all this progress, and then something comes up and the refrigerator breaks, or the AC goes out, whatever it might be. It might feel like all the hard work has gone out the window, but it hasn't, because the habits that you've put in place and the work that you've done up until this point is so much more important. Those action steps that you take consistently, day in and day out, and everything that you've gone through has created the space for where you're at now. Okay? We just got to start with that. So let's get tactical. What can you do when those breakdowns happen? What are some tools to have in your tool belt? And we're going to go through, I think it's like 5 or 6 different action steps. For today, I want you to pick one to start to implement, okay? So just don't try and do it all at once. Everything, gradually add these things in. Sure, take notes so that you can reference things back, because sometimes things will feel more aligned than others. The first thing is going to be utilizing breath exercises. Now, I am not somebody who's like certified to do any of like the special breath work and those things. You can definitely go and dive into that. There are so many people that are qualified to do that to help you with that regulation there. But even just as simple as taking a second to settle yourself, breathing in through your nose for 4 seconds, exhaling for 8. I am not going to try and demonstrate that because every time I do while I'm talking, it just doesn't work. But just something as simple as like taking a minute and settling yourself, taking a breath, okay? Second tool in your tool belt to have would be to have a coach. Have that outside perspective. That is why the 4th part, we're going to talk about that next week, of the Unstoppable Finances Framework is coaching. Because you get through stuff so much faster when you have somebody on your side helping you. It's not that you can't do it alone. You can. You absolutely can. I know it. You've got this. You've got all the stuff you need. You have everything you need. But you get through things faster with you have somebody in your corner that has that outside objective perspective helping you. And what that capacity will look like, can look like, there's so many different options, okay? So I don't want you to write that off because I can't do that right now, all right? There are support solutions out there to have a coach. All right, so that's the second one. The third one is get outside. Staying barefoot in the grass is ideal, but just get outside, get some vitamin D, take a drive with the windows down, go for a walk in the park, take the kids out somewhere, do something, or move outside, sit outside and work. Get outside, get the vitamin D, get the sunshine, get the fresh air. It helps so much. Okay? The 4th one is a 3-step question process that you can ask yourself. All right? The first question within this process is what's going on right now? And understanding, like, what are we feeling? What's going on right now without the emotions? Just tactical, surface level, what is actually true, valid, no emotions. I'm sitting here speaking to you. I'm wearing a red shirt, like just tangible. It's not like I'm feeling hot because it's July in Texas and we have to turn the fan off when I record. Like, that's feeling, okay? Tactical. What is actually going on? The second one, this is a little bit harder by yourself, but I know you can do it. Where does this come from? What is the source? Because our subconscious mind is designed to protect us. And when something happens where we felt threatened, afraid, scared, all of those things, our mind remembers. And it's like, I don't want that to happen to you again. So that I'm going to protect you. And this is something that's it's truly an ongoing process. And once you're aware of that, then you can use the tools to remove it. This is only the second question in the 3-step process. But where does it come from? Is it growing up, you felt like there was an expectation to do the right thing, to get the good grades or whatever it might be. And it might not even be that your parents expected that of you, but you felt like they expected it from you. Maybe you were looking for that love and acceptance, and worthiness, and all of those things. So you put that on yourself. Wasn't even them. You put that on yourself. So now you're afraid to make the wrong mistake, to make a mistake, because then it's going to say like you messed up and then you're not. You see how it like is compounding? Or something as simple as, not having like the funds. Maybe there was like a traumatic event that happened and later on you can't even look. If somebody like even drives by that, or a text message or tone or whatever, it triggers you and you remember it. So where is it coming from? And if you can't figure that one out, you can't figure out that one. Just keep going on. Keep going. The third question is it true? What that means is this feeling, these emotions, that failure, that rejection, whatever you're feeling in relation to what's going on right now. Is it actually true? Is it concrete? And while it might feel true, it's not. Your emotions, your feelings are valid, but it's not tied to this circumstance. All right. That fourth one, it's a lot there. And I share it just because it's a skill and something that I can work, like I utilize and walk myself through. But it's also something that I had a coach work with me for years as I was developing that skill of working myself through that and being the intra perspective, looking at myself and being able to identify it. And it's not about identifying these things to beat yourself up. It's information so you can understand and you can move forward. Because we don't want to get stuck in the just looking back and overanalyzing everything that we've done before. You're moving forward, you're taking action. And it's not even necessarily about taking action. It's about moving forward, doing things differently next time. Okay? When those emotions are showing up, there's a couple other tools that I love to utilize, like journaling and EFT. Actually, there's a journaling process in combination with EFT that I have really leaned into recently. That's not one that I am not the authority there, that I can't really speak on that and train on that. If you want information on what I'm utilizing, just send me a message on Instagram. I can share it with you that way. We can have a peer-to-peer conversation, right? Okay, but let's get tactical because we did 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of 5. I want to give you a tactical step to do when these things show up. Like, what can I do to help myself reframe? Now, of course, the getting outside, the breath work, all of those things, like that definitely helps. But take a financial snapshot. Taking a financial snapshot is a great place to kind of resettle yourself when it comes to the numbers. But again, you have to be able to remove yourself and just look at the factual numbers. But these are the numbers that I would get together in a financial snapshot. All right. Do you have any bills that are past due? It's the first part, A, since we've already used numbers. Part A, bills that are past due. Part B, what money do you have in the accounts? Checking accounts, savings accounts, etc. Part C, what are the debt numbers? Writing them down, having them, what are they at. Part D is your asset number. So, your debt would be what you owe on the vehicle, the assets, the value on the vehicle, jewelry, all of those things. And then, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so E, what bills are coming up that need to be paid or auto-paid. So if you've got that list of the monthly expenses, you're taking a look at that. What needs to be paid, what's already set up to be auto-paid. And then part F, like where are you at? Looking at that. Okay, so what's the one next step that you need to do with that snapshot, okay? And that one next step might be like, okay, I have the money here actually to knock out a debt I can settle on. Medical especially does this all the time. If you settle with a credit card company, most of the time they close the account. So you've got to think about the ramifications of your credit from that. That can be a smart move. But again, we're not going to do the cookie cutter thing. Another action step that you can take from that would be maybe there's a savings account that you can fund better. You've got money sitting in the checking account that doesn't need to be there. Earn a couple bucks of interest on it. Put it in a savings account. The third one could be maybe there's a upcoming expense that you need to prep for so that you don't just have to put it on a credit card. I mean, you can always put it on the credit card and then have the money in the checking account, just pay it off so that you get the points. Like that's what I would do, but maybe that's the upcoming expense that you know that you're going to have to plan for. I know by the time this airs, we're probably going to be back to school, but I'm recording this a little bit earlier in the summer. So what I'm working on is back to school list and planning for that and knowing what it's going to be. Sure, I probably could have done it earlier, but I've also got the strategy that, again, it's not a big deal. All right. There was a lot in this one, and I want you to have the tools that you need to when those emotions come up so that you can move forward. I want you to be equipped and do those things and have those tactics, but I don't want you to get overwhelmed from this episode. So if you don't have your one single action step that you're going to do moving forward, maybe you replay it, pick the one action step. And if you're still feeling stuck, get support. I'll put a link in the show notes below. Send me a message on Instagram. Let's get you into momentum. Let's get you out of that fear, that stuck, that paralyzed, because I know that you can do it. So that's it for now. We've got one more episode in our series. I'm excited for next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll see you then. Bye for now. If you're struggling with shame and guilt around your finances, whether it's debt, impulse spending, mistakes from the past, or the fact that you still haven't hit your income goal, then it's time for you to work with me. There are different levels of support and price points that you can use on the path to removing that guilt and shame so you can step into your unstoppable life. After all, your finances are unique to you, and your support should be too. Go to workwithamy.com to get started with one of my most popular programs, or you can book a Q&A call with me and we'll figure out what that next step should be. And those links are hanging out in the description of this video as well.